live in 3, 2, 1. Okay. We are now here for the race. Welcome.
Hello. Hello.
We are here.
It's
Nice
me.
meeting you
Hello,
again.
everyone.
Okay.
Lead cut off.
Yeah, it's fixed.
Oh, okay.
I just had to quickly do that. Yep, we're good.
Alright.
Hey.
Woo!
Let's go.
Everything is okay.
Windows
last.
update conquered.
Alright. So.
Go ahead and count it down, and then we can just get going.
Oh, okay. Right. We're behind schedule, probably. Alright. I guess we should try and explain things as we go. Who wants to do the countdown?
Go ahead.
Alright. Then I'll do the honors. Let's go in 3, 2, 1, go. Alright. Welcome to Make a Good 24-hour Mega Man level. You might be able to guess from the name, but this is, or was a Mega Man level design contest, and this particular one is actually a spin-off of the main series of Magmammal, in which participants only had 24 hours to build levels, which makes it so you end up with levels like these sometimes. This was also a private contest, so only 5 people submitted,
shit.
one submitted twice, and so we have a total of 6 entries and 3 Wily stages to go through in this run. It's gonna be a pretty fast-paced run in general.
Wait, did we start? Wait, why were
Yeah.
people?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wait, what? Wait, did we start yet? Wait,
Yeah,
does
we
everyone
did.
tell me what
That's
the stuff?
What?
Wait, what? People
Wait.
were messaging. Chat was messaging me.
What?
That was messaging me.
What is happening right now? Are we
I
restart?
don't know. Look, 24 hours.
No idea.
Funny game. Yeah. Like TimeLink said, it's this was just in a private server with only a handful of people. I wasn't even in that server, so I didn't do that much for this game. But at the end of the game, at the end of the day, I guess, Parmesan, the person who organized this, asked me to help out with some bug fixes. So
it's heard right from the
that's
countdown.
how I have
Chat's being
access to
liars.
resources.
Yeah, screw the chat. You guys suck. Stop lying.
Bad cat.
God.
That's the one thing you should never do is listen to chat.
I mean, I guess we're still going, so I might as well talk about this level here. I wanted to mention this earlier, but the stage order in this game is a little random. The stage select is randomized every time you go to it, and usually it's better to take the levels in whatever order you get, but for this race we are actually going a uniform order to make it more watchable. Well, if there hadn't been problems, but you know. And so we're actually going from worst to best this time, which is opposite of the Magmammal 2 races we did before. This is Pollution Park, has a lot of tight movement, especially those jumps from Rush Coil onto Jet.
I just failed that.
Oh. Those are not very lenient because we do them from very low on the screen. And so we don't have a lot of time to meet Rush in the air. We're also going to be resetting the game after every level. And that's actually slightly faster than just waiting for the fanfare. Because this game is actually just pretty fast as far as animation times and just downtime in general goes. It's pretty much just action.
It's pretty fast-paced and very easy to die in some
Yeah.
places.
Yeah.
It's very unique for a Magmal run, since most of the others are kind of endurance.
Yeah, this is by far the shortest Magmammal run. Where the others are usually like an hour or an hour 30 or 2 hours, 2 hours 30. There is a longer Magmammal run coming up later in the weekend, I think on Saturday. That one will be very
Go
exciting
watch
as
that
well,
one.
but this run has its own very exciting things about the run.
One thing to note is that the weapon set in this game is something. It sure
Yeah?
does exist.
Wanna talk about it?
The process for selecting them was just the people on the server yelling out random jokes, and then they had a stupid joke poll. And then that's how they created the weapons, which means you have Water Wave, a classic likable weapon, Chill Spike, everyone's favorite. Time Slow's okay though. I forgot the other one.
Super Arm.
Super Arm, baby!
Everyone hates Super Arm.
Yeah, Super Arm's kind of a meme. We do use it occasionally, but we get far more use out of the other three. And then we also have Rush Coil and Rush Jet, which are our trusty utilities, ever since Mega Man 3. And we're gonna be getting a lot of mileage out of these, mostly.
This
yeah.
is the most use you'll ever see Water Wave having, ever.
Yeah, that is true. In the Mega Man 5 speedrun, it doesn't get much love, but here it's actually pretty good. That's been buffed a little. So yeah, Water Wave, you can see what it does right here. Time Slow, the name kind of explains it, but it's basically a temporary time slow, which is helpful for some sections, despite the associated animation time. Super Arm picks up specific blocks, and is thus almost never used. And Chill Spike is a little gimmicky. It's like this little ice blob that, when it touches a surface, it creates this spike formation, and that actually does more damage than the little blob. So it's a bit tricky to attack with effectively, but it does also freeze enemies, and it comes in handy.
Yeah, I mentioned of Sakugarn in the chat. If you want funny Sakugarn moments, Magma 2 is for you. Because that's where Sakugarn shows up, and it was buffed like crazy.
Yep.
But instead, you gotta make do with Water Wave.
Dude, I love Water Wave.
There is also, right, we should explain this. There is an alternate weapon set you can unlock in this game, which is what the current category is based on. We are not using said weapon set. We're restricting ourselves to the base 6 weapons we get on a first play. But upon beating the game, which is pretty quick, you get to play around with, I think it's like 12 other weapons. I think it's the Magnamel 2 set, plus like Match Blast, Skeleton and Pikachu, all that good death stuff, basically.
Yo, Skeleton and Pikachu.
Skeleton and Pikachu, the classic weapon that kills everything on the screen.
So yeah, that would be a pretty broken and fast category. We're just doing it the normal way.
The alternate set exists because I said if Parma made me fix all these bugs, I would ruin the game in exchange. So that's what I did.
So you added Match Blast?
Yes!
Yeah. Alright, this is, in my opinion, the hardest stage in the game. This is Flooded Temple. A lot of people argue that this one should have won over the actual winner, Breaking Ground, which we're gonna see next. I, however, definitely disagree. It's very anti-speedrun. The layout is,
really, at the end of the day,
let's call it.
Kind of arbitrary.
It also had the unfortunate, wait, were boxes in this game? They were, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
So basically, entrants were restricted to whatever they rolled in a given box of assets. And this level rolled shield attackers, which are these obnoxious shielding enemies right here. And these right here, which are tornado batteries. And they are pretty much universally hated. They are also pretty bad because they're not completely accurate to Mega Man 9 in this engine.
They're even worse than
They're a lot worse in this game in Magma 2. They were restricted to the boxes, just you had to use those assets, and you were like judged based on how well you used them. And it was 3 enemies, 2 gimmicks. That box gimmick will be making a return in the upcoming Make a Good 48-hour Mega Man level.
Yep.
Yeah, you have to play
soon
Maya's
when it
Disney
comes out.
level. Yeah, I made
they're
a
the
roll for it.
exact
It's
same.
really more to have.
They're the same. In all the feature games, they're fixed to be pretty much exactly like Mega Man 9.
Which still isn't amazing.
There's something I wanted to mention. This part is particularly obnoxious, because these steam generators are on a global cycle. If you don't play the first part of the stage consistently, then you'll end up with something very weird and slow here, like I did just now. Although this is pretty salvageable.
It does reset if you die though, so
yeah, there is a
I usually
strat-
just take a death.
Yeah, there is a strat where you just press the suicide key, which is 2 on the keyboard, to die in the checkpoint room and reset the cycle, and it's easier for sure, but also a bit slower.
Oh my god, I
It's
made
up
it
to you.
past that garbage shield attacker.
Nice. This level, yeah, I should mention, this level has like no checkpoints, so...
Yeah, that's the main criticism of it. That the checkpoints are a little sparse, which means deaths are punishing.
Yeah. There's, technically speaking, a way to skip this upcoming auto-scroller, but it's actually slower to do so than to just take the auto-scroller with the wave bike here. Because you would have to... Oh! Hello. You would have to end up rush jetting all of this, which actually just moves slower than the speed of the auto-scroller. In general, I wanted to say the engine of this game is pretty jank. I think this ran on the Magmammal 2 dev kit, which
Yeah, so this is back in Game Maker 8.1.
pretty early. There are a lot of wacky things that can happen here. With the wave bike in particular, I've just clipped up and down random walls at random seemingly, and there are a lot of just things that are different from what you would find in a good Mega Man engine.
Yeah, it also has a byproduct of this game being strangely unoptimized, which you will see clearly later.
Okay, that was Centaur
Yeah,
Man.
breaking ground and at the final level looking me laggy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Centaur Man's a bit luck dependent. He can teleport. You don't want him to do that. He's weak to deformed chill spike specifically, like a couple other bosses. So he can be tricky, but thankfully that went well. And now this is the highest ranked entry.
Regular chill shot works just fine.
It
So
does,
usually,
but the other spike does more damage. The spikes do more damage.
yeah.
He said if we did this boss, I'd correct.
Usually people get a ton of lag in this section in particular, because I think it's the guts and chill blocks that are very poorly optimized. I have the blessing of not having that since like a year ago or so when I upgraded, but I think you might see problems on Gnief's side at least.
I've looked into it, I don't even know why it lags so bad. It was just, Magmal 2 used to have the same kind of lag issues with the chill spikes, but after the studio port, it just kind of fixed itself, you know. Just, it isn't game development without incomprehensible mysteries.
There's a
Maybe
pretty
one
cool
day
strat
I'll
for this
do
auto-scroller, which I think you'll see Gnief doing, but you can also do what I'm doing, just go back and forth. Sadly, interestingly, for how short this game is, it has a lot of auto-scrollers.
Yeah.
It's like a good half
I
of
do
the
think most of
stages.
them are pretty neat, though.
Yeah,
True.
they are all at least pretty involving. Alright, we do a little skip here. We're supposed to wrap around here, but just kind of destroy that from below. Alright, you're staying on the elevator with me. Sometimes one of these just doesn't fall down, and I like to dub whoever gets to stay on the elevator Joey. Joey the Springhead.
Well, there's Joey.
There's Joey. Say hi to Joey.
I don't even know why this happens! Why?
By the way, here's the
Oh, yeah.
internet strat,
Awesome.
or the first elevator strat. The Mets just don't know what to do.
Hey,
You do have
they
to kill
just
the
give
one.
up.
They're like, this is good enough.
Look,
You have
those are
to.
some of the jankiest enemies in the engine, honestly.
Alright, so the upcoming boss here is Quickman, and everybody who knows Mega Man somewhat knows that Quickman is business, and that's no different here. We have Time Slow, which keeps him under control, largely. It also drains his health, and we can additionally use Super Arm to get really good damage on him. So that was a good fight. Very happy with that, but that fight can also go very south, and if it does, then you're in for a big trouble. Alright, so now moving on to the Wily stages, which are basically, the 3 judges for this game also each made a stage, and, those are gonna be the final 3 stages of the game. Wily 1 is actually, how did I say that, is one of my favorites in the game. It has a lot of really cool movement, and there's especially a difficult strat you'll hopefully see towards the end, and the boss is also probably my favorite in the game.
It's not quite the judge stages. The first 2 are by the judges, but the third is just by Neo, who helped out with programming with this game.
Oh, okay.
The third judge tried to complete a stage, but could not do it in 24 hours, so...
Well,
You
yeah,
just
even the
kinda
judges
only
were
have 3.
restricted to 24 hours.
So we have Neo to blame for Wily 3's.
And Ace Spark made all of the bosses for the Fortress stages, also all in 24 hours, which I think is pretty neat.
Yeah, the bosses in these stages are all really, really good. Alright, let's see
Wily
if I
1
can
is
get
also
this.
probably my favorite stage in this game.
Alright, awesome. I was hoping to show that off. Let's go. That's more tight than it looks, but I've actually found a pretty consistent way to do it, thankfully. Alright, this is Giga Count. He's probably one of the coolest bosses in the game, looks-wise and fight-wise. I'm gonna get up here earlier than you're supposed to, with Rush Coil, and get a couple of water waves in early, and hopefully I should be able to finish him off right here before he does anything meaningful. Yep, let's go.
Remember this guy, you might see him again later.
Whoa, spoilers.
Alright.
Yeah, dang, I'm spoiling the marathon. Sorry.
Wily 2 is sadly a stage I don't have much to say about because it's largely auto-scroller, so I'm gonna throw it over to you guys for this one.
It's a very fast and hard auto-scroller.
It's not easy by any means, yeah. I have died on this stage in PB and even world record pace attempts before.
Yeah, I don't know how many times I've died to that last auto-scroller.
It's stupidly easy to choke the run after getting a good Wily 1. You wouldn't believe it. We also get, like, since we reset the game every time, or at least we did until the Wily stages, we had no E-tanks to ever use, even if we did pick up, like, the one free one in Air Trick, for instance. They just get reset, so... The first E-tank we're gonna be picking up is actually all the way in Wily 3, which is the final stage.
Okay. Taking it easy.
If I actually said that, I guess I just embarrassed myself on Fangame Marathon, twitch.tv.com.
Oh no.
I've ruined the stream, I'm sorry.
Alright.
There's not a lot of, like, dev commentary to give for a bunch of this.
Oh, I got the jump, let's go.
It is, this game is pretty short. There's only 9 levels. Not a ton to talk about.
This is definitely one of the shortest and one of the easiest to get into if you're new to the series, I think. It's probably also... it's definitely not one of the most high-quality ones. The recent ones are all, like, 1,000 times better than this, unironically. But this game is very short and does make for a fun and involving speedrun, I think.
Yeah, if you want... If you don't want the 2-hour-long runs of regular manuals, then this is the one you get.
I should mention there's an odd crash that can happen here in this section if you use Rush Jet and it collides with one of those cloud enemies. You can thankfully, like, just ignore the error messages, but it's still very weird.
Oh yeah, that's one benefit of it being 8.1, you can actually ignore the errors. In Studio, you can't.
Anyway, Cloud Devil is a very easy fight, thankfully. He's weak to chills. Oh, nobody saw that. He's weak to Chill Spike, and he's actually pretty weak to both the formed one and the block. So usually what you want to do is get a bunch of shots in here, just plaster them on the wall so you keep running into them. And then you want to switch to the middle and get a normal one in to finish off, but that didn't quite work out. Alright.
He's weak to chills, yo!
Well, if
honestly, I just spam Chill Spike.
This is the last stage in the game already, and a lot of people experience lag here again, because as you can see, the stage has an abundance of super arm blocks, including this barrel right here, which I'm just gonna throw at this power muscle and instantly defeat him, which is really good.
Those barrels are so good.
Neo really wanted Super Arm, and in the process made it so everything could be picked up by Super Arm.
Please let me talk about this gap in particular. That one tile gap. I hate it so much. Because usually in Mega Man games, when you have the slide, you can just slide over a one tile gap like that because you have enough speed. And in this particular engine, it is impossible to do that. So you actually need to do a kind of tight jump over that. And it's upsetting.
Yeah, this is the only game that happens in. That gets me in X Factory too. There's that one part in the auto-scroller, where there's one tile spike jump. It would have been a thing in Magma 2, we fixed it. But 24-hour branched off later on, so didn't get that fixed.
Getting a million drops here. Alright, it's time to move into the final fight. So this is going to be a 4-phase Wily battle, and it's... The forms he takes are based on what their robot masters, whose weapons we have, are weak to in their original games. So we're gonna start out with Starman from Mega Man 5, who was weak to the Water Wave back then. And we're gonna slowly go through our entire weapon roster like this.
I do really like this final boss fight.
It's very good. Second up is
24-hour
Man.
in general is kind of about getting weird uses out of these useless weapons that don't synergize together at all in a weapon set.
Third is Cutman. And I will say we're coming up on time very soon. It's on last hit on the 4th phase of this fight.
Yeah, here you can see the awful lag in Wily 3.
Yeah,
you can see my FPS drop to 40, and sometimes even 30 at some points. It's very good.
There's some left in this game.
Time! That was super tight. Whew. Alright. Whew. What a run.
Yeah, now I got to see how you almost died. Now that I get the stream caught up.
Yeah. Whew.
Man, I gotta grab this block.
Alright, what time was that? I don't have a time up myself.
Yeah, it was about like 20 minutes flat.
Oh, nice. That's actually really nice. The current record for this game is 1849, and my current PB is 1859. So I'm pretty close. I don't know if I want to get it though, because I have a lot of other things I'm currently occupied with. We'll see.
I'm glad that right before the final boss fight, you get to show off everyone's favorite ladder climb super arm sprite.
Yeah.
It's a work of art.
Cpalm has dedicated sprites for ladder climbing and sliding, which is very good. They're very funny.
Thanks. Make a 20-minute, make a good 24-hour Mega Man level speed run.
Yeah, you can beat this game in less than 24 minutes pretty easily if you take some time to learn strats, and I think that's what makes it great as a speedrun, honestly, if you're looking to get into it. Or if you're just looking to play the Magma games casually and need a quick one to pick up, really. Well,
Right,
this is not the highest quality one. Start with like one remastered or something.
Alright, I'm done as well.
GG!
I mentioned this earlier, but the exact same gimmick of this contest with some slight modifications is indeed what is based, or what the next game in the series that's coming out hopefully soon is based in. So hey, if this was interesting to you, wait a little bit. Then you get to play this game, except it has like 100 levels instead.
Yeah? The sequel contest to this game is actively in the works. It has been for a while, and judging has been finished for a while.
Yeah,
so...
the levels are getting pretty old, but classic
Yeah.
dev hell moments. But
There were like
progress.
107 submissions in total, and so it took a while, but
107.
a lot more polish is being done. It'll be significantly higher quality in this game. There are definitely different standards from when this released. So if anyone's looking to newly get into Magma, honestly, waiting for the newest one might not be a bad idea.
I think.
And by the way, this isn't quite a PB. It's like 30 seconds off. It's still.
Peter crashed, by the way, so we're just gonna have to call it.
Well,
Oh,
yeah,
he
at least he was
crashed.
the final boss.
Oh.
He was in the final boss, so.
Yeah, that sucks. He really had a lot of
Would've
tech
been
issues today.
Yeah,
Unfortunate.
someone in the chat said that he did really well considering he started late, and
Yeah,
he was pretty
definitely.
close.
That did seem, yeah, if he's on the final boss now, after starting, like, Nauseous Greenhouse length late.
Which judge spreadsheet? We're talking about 48 hour. Magma 3 is not done yet. 48 hour
Yeah,
is
Magma 3 will still be a while, because currently, like, all workforce has been shifted to 48 hour, but hopefully that'll be coming out very soon.
Yeah. I wanted it to be out before Fangame Marathon so I could threaten like I did in episode 0 last year, but sad day, it's not out yet.
You can still make an empty threat.
Look, my threats mean something, I swear. I'll hex the marathon.
I think we can manage. We've dealt with worse.
Yeah.
Alright, we're going to transition over. Thanks for the run, thanks for the race. It was nice having you.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Pleasure being here. Thank you.
And I am going to send it over to the transition screen, and then we'll be up next with a Super Mario World ROM hack with